A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love for learning. I'm very fortunate today. I have my coach and my tutor and my mentor, referee Alan Hill, in the studio here with me today. Welcome to the Sports Show.
Thank you, Emdad. I'm welcome to be here.
Alan, tell us a little bit about your background in refereeing.
Okay, I started refereeing in 1991 and I've been refereeing now for 24 years. When I first started, we didn't have as much mentoring as we did now, but I attended most training sessions that the London FA put on, and I wanted to improve myself through it. And I'm now become a licensed tutor for Football Association and London FA, and I'm also a mini soccer tutor for London FA.
So let me get this right. You've been involved at this level of the game for a quarter century.
Quarter of a century, correct? Yeah.
And since you've trained me, I've just completed my first season. So there's a contrast for you.
That's a big contrast. You know, hopefully you will get as much enjoyment out of refereeing as I have for the past 24 years. And
you've had a great career, which we will discuss as we go along today. Alan, I've just mentioned, I've just completed a full year's refereeing in the ELE League. Thanks to Joe and Lorraine Long, who took me on last year, my friend Emdad, who recommended me to them as well. I've really enjoyed it, but there's been up and downs, which we will touch on as well. What's your advice to referees on how to achieve a balance within their professional refereeing life and their life outside of the game?
Well, a referee can take over your family life. We have to understand that refereeing is a commitment. It is a commitment where you are asking for a different career to social life. So you have to referee and have an understanding wife and family, because it can take over your life. And in my experience over my 24 years, it has actually taken more of my social life than anything else. So at the end of the day, you have to have that commitment and that expectation that you want, and the challenge of refereeing. The challenge of refereeing is, can I get to my goal and stay at my goal, but we still sacrifice a lot in our own life. So trying to find a balance. My wife has been very understanding for the past 24 years. And
that's Anne, yeah?
That's Anne, yeah. And the amount of referees I have trained over since I've become a tutor, I watch their careers, and I still give the advice is, be one-minded. You have to enjoy football. You have to enjoy refereeing. If you don't enjoy refereeing, we cannot enjoy a game when we're out on the field of play. So to get that balance, we have to look at each other and turn around and say, what can I do to develop myself after each game that I do?
Now, many of us referees do know the answer to this one, but when you watch a football match, be it grassroots, which you're not involved in as an official, do you find yourself scrutinising it differently to the average Joe fan?
I think we all scrutinise referees' performance and match officials' performance when we're watching a football game. But the whole idea is to have an unbiased opinion, because we're not in that person's position to give a decision what they are doing. We can only surmise what is going through that referee's or assistant referee's mind. We cannot turn around and say, no, you're wrong, or yes, you're right. What we need to do is think and sit down and think, why did he give that decision? Why did she give that decision? We cannot judge people merely because we think they're wrong.
Alan, in terms of your career, like we've just heard you mention, it's coming up to a quarter century. What's the biggest or best stadium that you've either run the line or refereed, officiated at?
Well, when going back 10 years now, I think, I was invited to run the line at the Emirates Stadium on the Islington Gazette Cup final.
Nice.
And I suddenly thought, wow. And to cap it off, I asked my son's school permission for taking him out of school for the day so he can come with me. Now, to me, that was a pinnacle that I reached, and I thought to myself, I must go somewhere. Now, since that day, I've been at the Emdad Stadium again last year. I was on the Under-16 Girls' Cup final as a fourth official. I've refereed at the West Ham Stadium. Last year I actually refereed on Craven Cottage for the Under-12s in the London Schools Cup final. Now, to me, that is something that is the reward at the end of a season as a referee. And to aspire to the level and suddenly find yourself with an opportunity where you can go to these stadiums, it's an unbelievable feeling. I mean, we're at Charlton Athletic on the 29th of this month doing home start for Greenwich, a charity game. Now, that in itself is something that I want to get involved in, and I believe through my reputation as a referee and what I do through refereeing, these are the sort of opportunities that can come to people like yourself if you think, where do I want to go?
What's the most memorable game you've officiated at?
Oh dear, memorable game. I think I've had so many games over the years. I mean, my most memorable season was when I had 13 cup finals in one season. And I think each game in itself is my cup final. It doesn't make any difference whether you're doing first or second or bottom versus top. The whole idea is to go out there and referee a game as a referee. It's a game of football where two teams want to go and enjoy football. If they don't enjoy it, then there's something wrong. And if you don't enjoy football as a referee, then we as referees must be doing something wrong.
Is it important for a referee to be mentally fit?
We need to be mentally, we need to be alert all the time. We need to be able to assess situations, and we need to be able to prevent situations as a referee. Now, throughout a game of 90 minutes, we are making hundreds of decisions. Now, if we're not mentally alert, then we're just coasting through, or we're going through the motions as a referee. Now, to be alert, you need to focus on your laws of the game and make sure that you know them and you can apply the laws of the game in the correct manner.
What support do referees need? I'm not talking about Premier League, La Liga, Scottish Premier, Serie A. I'm talking about ELE League, Sunday, Wanstead Flats, where you've got two dogs running around, the parents there, the grandparents there, schoolmates there, and a handful of parents. Some are quite aggressive, some are not otherwise. But what support can referees be offered?
When they first qualify as a referee, they'll get allocated a mentor from the association. Now, that mentor is there for as long as that referee needs that person. Now, if they have any problems that they need solving, or they wish to question about, they can always ask that mentor how to deal with it. Now, at a game, we have a respect programme from the FA where parents, match officials and club officials, etc., have to be voluntarily brought into this programme, so as referees and young people in football haven't got to put up with abuse from the sideline or haven't got to put up with coach abuse. Now, some referees may feel that when they're young that they have nobody to talk to, but the helpline is there for them to help. They can ring up their mentor and they can ring up the association. We are there to help that referee all through their career. I'm coming up to their retirement soon, but I have approximately about 17 mentees, and at the end of the day, I cannot watch each one. No. But I have to try and allocate my own time because I have to cancel my weekends and then arrange to go and watch them people. Now, it's good that we can do this, and sometimes I think referees feel that they haven't got this backing. But when they begin, they're there, it's there if they want it. And if they want it, then we will facilitate that capability. And it's most important that they use this, because if they get abused from the sideline, the first thing they should do is go to the secretary of the club and ask them to deal with the spectators. If it's the coaches, then it should be the secretary who goes and deals with the manager. Our referees should not get involved in that sort of thing. They have this ability and powers and duties as a referee where they can manage it.
Sure.
Yeah? So they shouldn't feel, how would you say, undermined. Because I would like to see the young referees do this, because it will help them not only in their game, it will also help them mature as a person and in their communication.
You've diversified. One thing I like about you, obviously seeing you as my tutor, as a mentor, and as an on-field referee as well, I've enjoyed watching the diversified approaches that you've taken. You've delved into the development of female referees. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, 6 years ago, I was on the Arsenal Ladies Cup, and there was 2 of us doing all day sessions on that one, and the comment came to me that we never know whether we're going to get officials at our Centre of Excellence. So I just turned around and said, okay, if that's the case, let me have your fixtures for the season, and I will ensure, or try to ensure, that the female officials are there for you to use at your games. A season came and went, and because I was examination secretary for London, I was at a referees committee meeting, and I suddenly heard my name. Oh, we have a new female official administrator, Alan Hill, and I thought, blimey, yeah,
just like that,
just like that, and I thought, okay, I don't mind taking it on, because I've been involved in women's football since I started as a referee, and I've worked with Charlton Ladies and Millwall Lionesses over the years, and I'm still involved with Charlton Ladies, Millwall Lionesses and Crystal Palace Ladies. The whole point of female football is to get them into the spotlight, because they are a minority in the men's game, and they are good, and the feeling is that they feel as if they're undermined sometimes. But to me, any referee, whether female or male, has to have that ability to go where they want to go. I have a Centre of Excellence now at Millwall Lionesses, where the girls come to me and they do the under-17s and under-15s England talent pathway. Okay, that's where the girls can go on to England teams. Now, they learn how to become a better referee, I hope. Yeah, and I've been doing it now for 5 years, and I have 4 ladies on the FA Women's Premier League who have gone through the system and got promotion, which is pleasing. But we need more females in this country, because at the end of the day, I lose half of what I get over the years because of one thing, education, and etc. And I would like, how do I organise something to turn around and say, please, think female refereeing. You have opportunities there where you can become a UEFA FIFA official on the line or as a referee.
Respect, is it important?
Respect is most important. And the thing about respect is, it's got to be earned. You can't expect it. The thing is, if we treat people with disrespect as a referee, then that person is going to disrespect us. So if players, parents and coaches treated referees and assistant referees with respect, then I think they will find that referees will be more amicable and more forthcoming by talking to them. But if the teams don't do this, then sometimes we have to be confrontational, if you like, in order to gain respect. But at the end of the day, we would like all of us, as footballers and referees, to go out there and enjoy a game of football between 22 players and the third team is referee and assistant referee. So there's 3 teams out there, and we all want to do the same thing. We want to enjoy a game of football.
And there you go, Alan Hill, my tutor, mentor, coach, referee extraordinaire. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy listening to it too as well. There's a lot of development at this part of the game as well, and it's touched on a lot of subjects, you know. When it comes to refereeing, it's not just about going out there and blowing your whistle. It's also about officiating, learning the laws of the game, self-development, and also respect as well. Stay safe, and I'll see you all next week this time. Thanks for watching The Sports Show.